You and I both come from the emergency space, and I feel like we have both experienced our share of traumatic events in practice. And you don't have to work in emergency by any means to experience these. I think back to different scenarios where we just didn't talk about what happened after. And then I found myself just going over and over it. Back to my residency, there was a client that came in who recently had become a paraplegic after a motorcycle accident, and he had a dog, basically had really gotten him through it, literally. And the dog had ingested some of his anti-spasmodic medication. This owner was distraught and telling us, if his dog didn't make it, that he wasn't going to make it. I remember it being so intense in the ER and in the ICU and not knowing how to cope with that. And then in the aftermath, like being so worried that this dog wasn't going to make it and the ramifications that was going to have for the owner. And we didn't talk about it. And I think about situations like that, even a client, having a health episode in the practice and having to call an ambulance, or a team member. It could be a angry client that really, loses their temper and maybe even becomes physically combative in the practice. There's so many situations where, like you said, we can experience that psychological harm. And if we don't properly cope with it, then there can be consequences for that.